a lot of jakes don't have honor nowadays. They just
quick to,
and a lot of times that's what Esau used to provoke them is to do it. They'll talk about what this and that, but not doing it. Other jakes and other people that seen that will look out for you. I had family members that did that, stayed quiet or whatever, and just took their own rap and didn't bring nobody else into it, and they was good in there because honorable men see that and they'll help you get along like that. So having your honor and your integrity, that always gonna take you a little further than taking the shortcut route out.
So like my situation, like I work at UPS and stuff like that. Like I told you, I'm a supervisor, and my job is to manage people and stuff like that. And basically, my boss be like, "All right, you need to write this person up," knowing I don't want to do it because it's my people and stuff like that. I just tell them straight up, like, "Hey, it's not me writing you up; it's them writing you up." Because at the end of the day, they just using me as a messenger to write you up. Because in reality, this all comes down from the top and back to me to write them up. And I be trying to explain to them and stuff like that. Then I be feeling like I'm going off because I'm riding them out and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know what to tell them, but it's like, hey, I gotta do what I gotta do because it's my job.
You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. And you letting them know, like, hey, it's Esau. It's coming up from higher. It ain't me. That's fine, brother. You're doing everything fine.
Well, I tell them, like, I be telling them, like, these white people, they don't give a fuck about y'all. They just care about a body being hurt. Like, they don't care. And, like, I be trying to explain to the brothers and stuff like that. They don't listen. They get fired by me. They look at me as an enemy now, like.
And a lot of times, Esau that's literally what managers is all about. If you do it, it's because they don't have to do it. And you got to pretty much shoulder that. That's kind of like, especially when you go in those positions, you have to accept that that's the position. Yeah, fact hold that. I'm still reading on that.
Deuteronomy 31 and 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, the days approach that thou must die. Call Joshua and present yourselves in the tabernacle of the congregation, that I may give him a charge. And Moses and Joshua went and presented themselves in the tabernacle of the congregation. And the Lord appeared in the tabernacle in a pillar of a cloud, and the pillar of the cloud stood over the door of the tabernacle. And the Lord said unto Moses, Behold, thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, and this people will rise up and go a-whoring after the gods of the strange land, whither they go to be among them, and will forsake me and break my covenant which I have made with them. Then my anger shall be kindled against them in that day, and I will forsake them.
The Lord already told Moses, after you gone, you know what's gonna happen? Jake gonna start going on. And that pissed him off. And guess what? He did the same thing to Joshua. So before they passed, they exhorted Israel. That's literally what the whole book of Deuteronomy is all about. Moses exhorted Israel to remember when the Lord brought you out, what he did for you. Remember what he did to the other nations. Remember, the only reason you get in this land is not because of your good deeds, you're hard-headed. Remember, the Lord could have whacked you in the wilderness, but he didn't. He telling you remember those things because he know when you're in that position as leadership, you're about to pass, your job is really to exhort the people, make sure they stay on the right path. And that's why he got pissed off, because the Most High told him, they only do keeping this law, whatever, because you still around. You and your forefathers around, because they knew if they started descending, the elders that was with Moses, you get got, right? And guess what? The same thing happened to Joshua. So Joshua tried to exhort them twice more. He was trying to say, are y'all gonna keep the Lord to the words, Lord? Yes, we will keep the word. He said, no, y'all can't keep the law, man. The Lord too righteous for that. They said, no, look, whatever the Lord say, we gonna do. So he's like, all right, remember, everything is all about remembrance, man. Everything. Okay? Because you have to remember, because if you forget, then you start to go off. The scripture says pride is when the beginning of pride is when a man depart from the heavenly Father. You forget who's your father. You forget your roots. You forget where you came from. And we use all those phrases and those terms today. Okay, because when you forget, you can turn or change into somebody completely different. If you remember who you are, then those are your roots. You know, like Simba, Mufasa told Simba. You know, Simba ran off and just living the life of a lion, right? No responsibilities, no duties. It was always in his mind, though. And then when his father came, what did he tell him? He said, "You have forgotten me." He said, "How could I?" He's like, "You've forgotten yourself, so you've forgotten me. You forgot where you came from. You forgot your roots. You forgot where you come from." That's why you Israelites are catching so much hell, because you're still talking about some black. At that point, I don't even like that term, black. Right? It just sounds bad, because it is bad.
You know, and when you look that word up in the dictionary and etymology, it's everything negative, and it's just surprising. Once it was revealed to me, I was like, man, that's a word that I never thought to look in the dictionary and actually look up the meaning behind it, because you think you already know what it is, but you know, it's not what you think. It's everything negative, man.
A white person, it's like a white person called me that in the military. I'm all like, don't call me that.
And then, like I was saying, like if you think about it, like the yin yang symbol, the black supposed to represent the negative, the white supposed to represent the positive. And when you look at it, like, you know, for example, like villains in movies, they always got a dark aura to them to let you know that they are evil and they got a black presence, you know. And when that superheroes around, they got a light white presence, all happy and free, but our people don't go into that. They like to keep calling themselves black, African American, but don't understand the meaning of the word. The word black does go back to something better.
That's right. And it's not them being, you can't say, oh, they just trying to make it a black. No, that's literally what black means, okay? A lot of color coding in a lot of occupations, shall I say, if you'll know if something's good or bad depending on what color it is or what comes up. Like in the electrical world, electric coding, black means no, it means zero. Right? White meaning the highest, like 9 or something. So that's not being racist, that's just literally what it means. So they'll be like, oh, they trying to say, you know, everything black is evil, so we gotta make black good. No, that's literally what black means. Right? So there's no such thing as black excellence, like they try to say there's no black excellence, it's Israelite excellence. Because it doesn't consist of just so-called black people, aka Haitians, West Indians, and Negroes. Israelite excellence consists of the whole 12 tribes, which is the so-called Native American Indian all the way down to the Mexican. And that's another thing with you Gadites, you Native American Indians, and you Reubenites, you Seminole Indians. Y'all don't understand that y'all also forgot the Heavenly Father, and that's why y'all catching it. See, y'all want to put yourselves as, you know, you're just the victims. You want to say you're just a victim of Esau, yeah, but you still disobeyed the commandment of the Heavenly Father. Back before you came on this side of the world, even with Moses, your ass was in there also murmuring and going against the Lord. Okay?
And they still doing the same thing to this day. Majority of them, like the Gadite that came up here, he was all like, "You got to go back to the ancient spirits." We like, hell no. You know? And the scriptures tell you that you're supposed to put somebody to death to have a familiar spirit, right? So yeah, they still in that sleep state. Like they ain't learned their lesson.
Right? See, so y'all not just y'all don't get off the hook that y'all also guilty. Hell, if you was so righteous with the Lord all the time, you wouldn't have went under captivity under the Assyrian Empire in the first place. Because when you read the stories, you had one time where Southern Kingdom was doing alright, or they went off. The Lord punished them, but the Northern Kingdom, they was alright. Northern Kingdom went off, but the Southern Kingdom was alright. That's why when the Northern Kingdom got taken under Assyrian captivity, Southern Kingdom didn't get touched at that particular time yet. So why did you even go into the Assyrian captivity in the first place if you were so righteous all the time? No, you went off. Your king went off. The scriptures tell you in the scriptures, the kings, really when you read the book of Kings and Chronicles, you'll see that you have more wicked kings than you have righteous kings.
Especially Israel.
Yeah. It had to have, when the righteous king came on it, he had to work overtime to get all that wickedness out of it. And there was times where it'll tell you, well, you'll have a king that'll drive out all the sodomites, 3 wicked kings, then there come a righteous kings. He drove out all the Sodomites. So them Sodomites kept coming back every time them damn wicked kings got into play. So when he got it, when the man got in charge, all them Sodomites, look, y'all gotta fucking go, right? So that's why we was getting jacked up so much, and that's why we getting jacked up to this day. Still, our people still being wicked.
Yeah, quick precept. This Numbers chapter 14 and verse 27. How long shall I bear with this evil congregation which murmur against me? I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel which they murmur against me. And our people, when the Lord delivered us out of Egypt and brought it up, basically like when the food got low and things like that people was talking shit against the Lord, like, you know, saying things like they shouldn't be saying. That's why the Lord put us in that wilderness to get rid of all the wicked Israelites that was murmuring against him. Because all that was right there is just getting rid of the toxins and keeping the clean there. It's like at the end of the day, our people still murmur against the Lord. Like even within their thoughts, they think the Lord don't hear them in their heart, in their mind, and things like that. They still talking shit in their mind.
Most High can get every last one of you for your wicked thoughts, you know? Because, like, when they look at us and they talk stuff, they really talking back to the Lord, you can see. Right? Because the issue they have, we didn't just come up with an idea that we're going to go on the corners and teach. We're just following in the footsteps, really, of our forefathers, right? And they'll hear about it, but then they'll get angry because we got a lot of Israelites that's in that spirit of, we got to do something, like, right now and get involved right now. They don't understand that us teaching this word, this is literally the best thing we can do for our people. The greatest thing. Knowledge is power. They say, no, I want you to do something right now. So somebody gonna run for mayor, or we're gonna get involved with this political party so we can get our, you know, we're gonna attend these meetings. I'm not about to do that, man. My little neighborhood do stuff all the time. I don't go to that shit. For what? I don't care. Well, I just pay my stuff, and that's it. They'll be like, oh, but wait a minute, pool. We're gonna work on the pool, playground. People get involved. I don't give a damn. You know, this is just a place that I sleep for right now. You know, I don't care about building a society or building a beautiful neighborhood. So that it's a waste of time. It's always gonna be ruled by Esau anyway. You know, this is the best thing we can do for our people right now. Teaching this word in any way, shape, or form.
We learned from Bruce Franks. That shit ain't nothing.
Yeah, Bruce Franks came to us. This ain't gonna get it done. I haven't heard your name since. The only time your name came up was something bad, man. With the states, we know about that. Everybody knows about that. Where you at now? Battle rapping still? Yeah, that's gonna do it.
If I may add, like, you know, trying to build like a all-black business company. And look what happened with Tulsa, Oklahoma. What did Esau do? Destroyed that shit. It was like you can't really prosper in a place where it's meant for you to be in captivity. And also, it's all gonna get destroyed in the latter end by throwing nuclear missiles in there.
Yeah, that's one thing our people really don't really want to accept, that you're not gonna excel here. You know, I mean, look at the people that look like they excel. They miserable. They try to find a way out, or they go bug all the way out because, you know, they sold out or they did some compromising. So you ain't gonna. I mean, Esau smarter than what you think, man. He ain't gonna let you get up to that level and without being chained to something or without having something on you. It would defeat the purpose of him being the devil, man.
That's what you Israelites don't understand. That's the whole point of this lesson. You under curses, man. Like, if you doing good and you prosper, guess what? The enemy gonna come and try to ruin it. And you gonna wonder why, because you're under a curse. Now, they always by nature are gonna do that. But if the Lord was with you, you wouldn't have to worry about it. The Lord will fight away for you. Right? Like I said, you know, we're pretty much like sheep. We're in the Lord's his little vineyard. We're like sheep. Right? We're a beautiful vineyard, and the vineyard with plants and all the other stuff. And then you got the other nations around us, you know, grievous wolves or whatnot, wanting to eat that shit, you know, the holy vineyard. And break through. If the Most High, and the only reason they can't is because the hedge is right there. The Most High take that hedge down, by nature they're gonna come in and devour you. By nature. So the curses is when the Most High sees, okay, that devil's about to come and like kill 3 Jakes, and the Most High don't intervene. That's the curse, because now you gotta, what he's saying, you shall grope at noonday. You know, it be so I make it to evening, or if it be I may make it today, your life shall stand in doubt, because you ain't got that protection. Those are the curses, right? And then even when you do get that protection, nobody's fighting for justice. The wicked are looking after one another. That Edomite killed all them kids, killed 8 people, 3 of them Moabites, and they trying to sympathize with the person. Oh, he was just having a bad day. Oh, it was a bad day for him. He just at this end. What? So he doesn't get called a murderer. He doesn't get called someone who's committing hate crime. None of that. It was just a bad day. You got 8 people who lost their family, but it's just, oh, he had a bad day. What? I'm gonna want blood. You know what I'm saying? If that was me and to hear the cops say that, I'm gonna say, what the? He just killed my family. I want blood. You know? But they try to, so imagine the court case, right? They gonna all be real salty with him. Sorry, son, but I guess I'll sentence you. I guess a few words, you know. And all that Edomite got to do is like, yeah, I had a bad day, and shed some tears. It's a damn shame, man. Those are curses. You understand?
You know, like if you talking about the Edomite that bashed the little girl head. I don't know. I seen an article. Basically, they said he pleaded. They said he was insane or something like that, which they always use when an Edomite gonna kill a bunch of people. He was insane. But I do got a quick precept. In Psalm 73, verse 5, they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. They don't get in trouble like we do. You know, we accidentally do something that we ain't meant to do. They call the cops on us for no reason. You know, Jake steal a snicker, here come the whole armada. Like, come on now, you want to get all these cops for one Jake, but you got this Edomite with a damn AR-15 going to school, killing children and shit, killing people and shit, but y'all don't call the armada for him.
And they try to get him without killing him.
Yeah, they
If
try
that
to
was a
work.
Jake, they'll be like, bury his ass. Shoot on sight.
They empty out the whole clip.